What if you could get a bulldozer or a piece of heavy equipment that you need for your construction company without having to put 1 penny down? What if you could put no money down and get monthly payments? If this interests you, then you've got to stop and watch this video. Hey folks, I'm Darlene with Easy Equipment Finance, and today I'm going to give you the information you need the next time you're in the market to finance a bulldozer or a heavy piece of machinery for your company so that you can get no money down with monthly payments. Unfortunately, financing a bulldozer or a piece of heavy equipment isn't as easy as going into a car dealership and financing a car. If it was, then I would not be here doing this video. Hey, if you're liking this video so far, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe. I really appreciate it. For a no money down credit approval with monthly payments and a decent term of 48 to 72 months, lenders look at 5 different factors. I like to refer to these factors as PICTER. That's right, I said it. PICTER, spelled P-I-C-T-E-R. And really, it's just a word that I invented to help everyone remember the information they need to know to get no money down. Now let's get back to what P stands for, personal credit. Now, any lender is going to want to pull your credit score. And the reason being is most likely you are a small business and you're considered a closely held company. So the loan will be filed under your business, however, you will need to personally guarantee it. Now, there are a few exceptions to the rules, as there always are exceptions in life. And that exception would be if you're an extremely large company that actually has audited financials and at least 5 years time in business, there is a large probability that the underwriter will not require the personal guarantees of the owners. Now, here is what I stands for. I stands for industry. That's right. The industry that you're in actually does matter to an underwriter. And the reason being is some industries are a lot more high risk than others. For example, trucking is known to be a very high risk industry. And also oil and gas is known to be very high risk because it's a very up and down industry. A not so high risk industry would be waste management or manufacturing. Now, the importance of this is what an underwriter assesses to be a risk score. Well, what the heck is a risk score? A risk score basically means the percentage of bad debt in that specific industry. So, for example, trucking has, on average, with exception for 2023, it's been not such a good year for trucking, has on average a 20% default ratio, whereas a waste management company's risk score is a lot less. It has a 5% ratio. So with that being said, the underwriter is going to give you a 2 thumbs up if you are in a lower risk industry. Now let's talk about what C stands for. C stands for comparable debt. What comparable debt is just a fancy word of saying, have you financed equipment before? If you have financed equipment before, what type of equipment have you financed? How much was it? Do you pay on time? That's what's considered comparable debt. Now we're at T. T stands for time in business. How long you have been in business does matter to any underwriter. The reason being is that if you are considered a startup, which is usually under 2 years time in business, most likely you are going to have to come up with a down payment anywhere on average from 20 to 25%, depending on credit. In some cases, it could be more. However, if you're an existing business who has 3, 4, 5 plus years of experience, you have a good likelihood of getting approved with no money down. Next up is E. What does E stand for? Well, E stands for equipment, and any lender is going to want to know more details about the collateral that they're going to be financing, as well as the fact that the collateral does also matter with industry I, which is what we discussed, and risk score. For example, if you were financing, let's say, a semi-truck, the lender would want to know the year, make, model, mileage, VIN, engine, transmission, sleeper size, if it's a sleeper truck. If you were financing, let's say, an excavator, they would want to know year, make, model, serial number, hours on that excavator. Oh, and also price. Almost forgot price. Price is very, very important, so don't forget that. And lastly, we are at R. R stands for revenue. Any lender is going to want to know how much revenue your business is bringing in on a monthly basis. And they also are going to be looking at your ending balances. They're going to want to see for 3 consecutive months that you have solid ending balances that warrant the purchase of the equipment that you want. Basically, they're looking to see if you can afford it. Now, here's an example. I always have examples. For example, if you are looking to finance, say, a $70,000 excavator, we'll just throw that out there, and your revenue every month is about, let's say, $35,000 to $40,000 a month, they're going to want to see that you have at least 15 on the low end, probably 25,000 on the high end in the bank at the end of each month for 3 months straight. So here's a tip for you. If you happen to be someone that likes to take your cash and stick it in your mattress or put it in your floorboards, that's okay. All you have to do for 3 months straight is take any cash, any revenue that you earn in your company, and you need to put it in the bank, and you need to leave it there. And then after 3 months, and after you get your credit approval that you want, you can then do whatever you want with your cash. Take it out, stick it back in your mattress. You got your credit approval, and as long as you make your monthly payments on time, the lender's not going to have an issue. Okay, so I just told you what PICTOR stand for. So I bet you want to know now, what's the minimum requirement for no money down? Well, there is a minimum requirement. The very minimum requirement is 2 years time in business, a 650 or higher credit score. Now, if you happen to be somebody who might be in business for 6 years or 5 years, and your credit score is a 630 and not a 650, that doesn't mean you won't get approved for no money down and monthly payments. There's a good likelihood you would, because there is a little bit of flexibility that lenders use when evaluating the PICTOR scale. And that flexibility is they will look at credit versus time in business. Maybe your credit is maybe a 640, but you're making $100,000 in revenue and you have a lot of money in the bank. That'll definitely be a no money down monthly payment approval, assuming all your other payments for your equipment is on time. Now we're back to comparable debt. I hope I haven't confused you. If I have, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. The reason why lenders have minimum requirements in place is because they have the PICTOR scale that they use to determine what a credit approval is going to look like and if a customer can be credit approved for no money down and monthly payments. So remember, the next time you go to finance a piece of equipment or are considering it and want a no money down approval, think PICTOR. Personal credit score, industry, comparable debt, time in business, equipment, and revenue. Well, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give me a thumbs up or write something nice in the comment section. If not nice, you can just keep it to yourself. Or if you'd like to hear more about equipment financing and the ins and outs, please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you later.